Good question, sir. Does the Stephen Hawking use the Ramanujan's formula for black hole theory?
That is again another misconception of Ramanujan things. Stephen Hawking made his theory about black holes, in particular about Hawking radiation, with calculating some other idea. In 1974, this got published, and in fact, he got Nobel Prize for this wonderful discovery. But that has nothing to do directly or indirectly with Ramanujan's formulas. In fact, many claim that his formulas on Mach theta functions and modular forms were used by Hawking to do that, but I don't think that formulas from Hawking's work has never any connection to do with Mach theta functions or something. It was again a false news attributed to Ramanujan's claim. It is certainly not true, but in recent years, some connection of Ramanujan's formulas like 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to infinity is minus 1 over 12, that negative value has something to do with entropy of in black holes event horizon. So some people in recent particle physics research have found that finding entropy of a black hole emission radiation has some values associated with what Ramanujan has given related to entropy values. But that is very recent discovery. It is not Hawking's time. So some of the things that comes as a natural way. Ramanujan could have never thought about black holes when he wrote those formulas. He never did for that purpose.
Next question, sir. Does Ramanujan produce all his formulas from his dream given by Namagiritaya?
That was again said in Ramanujan's story very often. In fact, when Ramanujan was a young child, his mother used to tell him that whatever you do in life should be attributed to your family deity Namagiritaya. And Ramanujan, being an young child, believed his mother, and he attributed all his success to goddess Namagiritaya. And so that is why probably he could have said to his friends that I got dream like this, Namagiritaya mentioned this to me, so it was not me, I am only the medium. But it was the goddess who gave all this idea. But as he grew up and when he went to England and did good research at England, he probably should have came to know or realize that it was not completely because of God. Though God has given some gift to him for calculating those things very quickly and even thinking about those formulas, it is because of his perseverance, his hard work and ability to do more mathematics for a long time that created those formulas. Nothing magic has happened. People used to think that Ramanujan produced those formulas through God ideas, and he never stayed, but that is not true. He did mathematics for most of his life. Though he knew those ideas, he was working all the way through his life very patiently, and only because of that he could produce that many formulas. It never poured from the sky, from like a magic. He made a severe hard work to get those formulas. That is one thing that we have to know.
Thank you, sir. Next question, sir. Ramanujan insight was always right and all his formulas were true?
No, that is also not true. Actually, if you count the total number of formulas that Ramanujan probably could have given amounts to roughly around 3,872. Out of which 400 or 450 formulas were already discovered by mathematicians of previous era. So if you count the number of original formulas discovered or produced by Ramanujan, it could be around 3,400 to 500, not more than that. Even if you think that way, around 5% of what he produced was turned out to be false by later mathematicians. For some of his conjectures and partitions, and some of his other conjectures were proved to be false by later mathematicians. But taking into consideration that he never had formal education beyond his 10th class, guessing some 3,000 formulas correctly, this is not a mean feat, it is a very great achievement. So even in that scale, producing 95% accuracy of formulas is a very, very great thing to do. But it's certainly not true that he did always correct. Even for Ramanujan, some of his formulas went wrong.
Thank you, sir.